Apsheni ma Africa, asante kwa kutanzama, King says so. You know, it goes without saying that with 19 days to go, up until the National People's Assembly of the EFF, the party, will be challenged in all angles. Many parties don't go for an elective conference for a good reason. It stretches the material of the party. It tests the resilience of the party, and it tests the members on the ground if they can hold on the discipline. And that is why we saw the CIC, Julius Malema. He was in Limpopo, speaking to the people, the fighters on the ground, about high moral, high discipline. Do not leak any information to the media. Do not fight, do not campaign, just wait and remain disciplined, because the EFF is a well-oiled machine. I mean, we can appreciate how they run their meetings, how they run their conferences. Everything is always done to a high level of professionalism. I also want to speak about a tweet that Veronica Mente tweeted when she put the comparison between the MK political party and the EFF, saying that the EFF has got a national footprint compared to the MK, because the MK has got most or the majority of its MPs coming from one province. We have to talk about that, because I believe that the Section 6 of the EFF allows us to have constructive criticism on the party. We're not trying to break down the party, but I'm going to tell you how it is important for the EFF to zone in or zoom in on one province and have the majority in that province. We'll talk about that. Another thing that caught my attention is the CIC taking a swipe on the old man himself, the chess master, and saying, listen, the chess master had 82 years to live. He has failed to unite African people. He has failed to do anything. And so why is it that anyone must think that he has the capability to unite the African people? And also speaking about uniting the left parties, the Progressive Alliance or Progressive Caucus. Listen, all guns are out now. The gloves are off. It's time for the National People's Assembly. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono. And we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we are in Limpopo with the EFF, with the CIC himself addressing the fighters. And you know what? And I must applaud the EFF, man. The EFF is a very well organized political party when it comes to media. I want to applaud them, because you don't struggle with the EFF when it comes to obtaining material, obtaining information. Everything on the website is clear. They are just professional in what they're doing. Pictures, sound, organization, seating arrangement, and everything. You don't get this from the other political parties, outside from the MK right now is catching up. The ANC, they do well in other events and do extremely bad in other events. The DA is somewhat always organized, but the other political parties, they fail to do the small things that, for me, you would think that we don't want to cover their political parties, but you fail to get material on their social media platforms. You see, last time they posted was 13 days ago. I mean, what nonsense is that? But anyway, the CIC spoke to the fighters in Limpopo, saying, listen, they must not use this counter-revolutionary tactics because of lobbying for the candidate that they want to emerge in the elective conference.
Of the movement. Delegates, we take this opportunity to remind you that the following will constitute a wrongful lobbying practices: raising and using funds and other resources to campaign for elections, distributing money to EFF members and structures as part of a campaign for leadership election, production of t-shirts, posters, and other paraphernalia to promote a particular list of candidates, promising positions or other incentives or threatening to withhold such as a means of gaining support, using the media to promote a particular list of candidates and to spread malicious rumors, falsehoods, or allegations against those with whom you disagree, leaking confidential information to the media, secret interaction with journalists with the intention to get them to write stories on internal organizational issues and communicating internal decisions, or processes to the media without due authorization.
The rule book will always be there when it comes to elective conference, but how much it will be followed, it's another story. You're going to see the closer you get to the elective conference, the more other people are going to be, I will call it, brave in doing some stupid things on social media. You can't keep people from voicing their grievances or even their support for a particular cadre. It's going to be very difficult, but the rules are there. The people must not leak any information to the media, must not use money to push a certain cadre. But I'm telling you, it's almost impossible to do that. Almost impossible. There is no elective conference that does not have this drama that the CIC is talking about, promising people incentives and cash and all of those things, using media, leaking information. It's almost impossible. I promise you. You can't get to a point where everybody is abiding on the rules, but it's good to say them out loud and remind the EFF fighters that if they don't toe the line, that they will be taken out. Allowing people to attack the political party. Using your name. We saw recently Dr. Ndlozi was like, not in my name, when one of the mainstream media platforms tried to create some unnecessary confusion there in the EFF, and luckily Dr. Ndlozi has said, not in my name. We don't know if they are doing this because now the pressure is there, because the CIC is asking them to respond to anything that is out there in the EFF that is trying to bring the EFF down. So yeah, there's Dr. Ndlozi responding to such nonsense. And again, what I liked about it, what the CIC said, he said, listen, you guys, we are not saying do not criticize the EFF or the leadership of the EFF. Actually, it's in our constitution in section 6 that you can have a constructive criticism because you are a self-reflecting person when you are doing that. And if it is constructive, it will take the party forward. Listen to what the CIC said.
Fighters, when we say that you must not unfairly criticize the leadership, we are not saying do not engage in constructive criticism, because our constitution allows this. Section 6, subsection 5 of the constitution speaks to constructive criticism and self-criticism, and it reads as follows. From time to time, members and structures of the EFF should engage in constructive criticism and self-criticism, meaning they should openly, honestly review the work they do and avoid all forms of boastfulness and self-glorification over minor achievements. The People's Assembly, CCT, PCT, RCT, BCT, deployed cadres and members should periodically review the work they are doing against their own set targets. They should always ask whether they have taken the correct decisions, whether they have achieved what they intended to achieve within the time periods they decided upon.
One thing for sure, political parties are not good in taking criticism. Look at where not taking criticism has landed the ANC. Look at them. The ANC does not listen to anyone. They don't listen to their alliance partners. They don't listen to the voters. The voters has showed them that we can drop you by 17%. The ANC still does not listen. They has not done anything in KwaZulu-Natal, has not done anything to show the people that, listen, we are still that revolutionary party that you guys know us. They've worked with the Democratic Alliance. They're working with the Freedom Flam Plus. They've shown us that we will by all means avoid working with the black progressive parties just for the sake of the market and the investors. We will work with these ones to make the other people happy. That is what the ANC has done. And I'm afraid that the EFF might be also leading, going into that direction, because it's ever becoming more difficult to criticize constructively what the EFF does on social media. You find content creators that are even afraid to say the word EFF in a constructive criticism way because of how the fighters react. But now, because I don't care. I actually do care, but I'm saying I'm not scared to criticize anyone. I'm going to criticize something that the national chairperson has said. And this is Veronica, Mente. She posted she tweeted this tweet, or this X, and I want to watch it quickly. I want to see it on my phone so that I don't make any mistake in terms of the numbers. But what she was trying to say here is that the EFF has got a national footprint, and it's an opposition party in two provinces. Okay, which province is that? Limpopo and Northwest, ne? Yeah, Limpopo and Northwest, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check their numbers here. Limpopo 11 and Northwest. Where's Northwest? Where's Northwest? Oh, it's 7. Okay, so the MK has got about 37 of their members of parliament coming from the one province, which is KwaZulu-Natal. And she's criticizing that to say, listen, we've got a national footprint. We are all over in South Africa. In all provinces, you find us there. And we are an opposition party in 2 of those provinces. I think the MK is an opposition party. Well, it's not an opposition party. It's an opposition party in Mpumalanga, ne? And they are not ruling, but the dominant party in KwaZulu-Natal. Now, let me tell you why this is not a clever tweet, okay? And listen to me, my fighters, because we have to be realistic in what will happen. And I was speaking to one of my friends in this regard. Listen, any political party that wants to be big and that wants to compete on a national level, or want to compete with the DA, the MK, the ANC, has to win a province. Which province belongs to the EFF? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? The EFF does not have a base province. The reason why the DA is standing where it is standing today as the official opposition or second biggest party in South Africa is because of Western Cape. The reason why the MK is standing where it's standing today as the third biggest political party and the biggest party in KwaZulu-Natal, opposition party right there in Mpumalanga, is because of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, you cannot be happy that your eggs are scattered in all baskets, but there isn't a province where you can say, but Oksalayo in Northwest or in Limpopo, it belongs to the EFF. Up until, listen to me, up until the EFF wins one province, and we know Northwest belongs to the EFF. And remember, Northwest and Mpumalanga, and not Mpumalanga, Northwest, Northern Cape, those are provinces where the EFF can actually do good, because you don't need big numbers. The numbers that they got in the Northwest, if they got those numbers in Northern Cape, they will be number 1. These small provinces where the ANC keeps on slipping, they keep on dropping the ball, excuse me, the EFF can counter there and win one of the provinces. The EFF must win a province. They must. If they want to be taken serious on the top 3, they must. because the MK will always have that base of KwaZulu-Natal. And if you have a base of KwaZulu-Natal, you have to reward the people of KwaZulu-Natal and take them to parliament. And also, the same goes for the Democratic Alliance. Most of their MPs come from the Western Cape. Why the Western Cape is their base? You understand? The ANC can spread because the ANC has got multiple provinces that they've won, even though some of them ever so slightly. But you cannot argue with that. So I'm saying, although this what Veronica was trying to do was trying to sound smart, it's not really an advantage for me, for the EFF, not to have a single province that they're winning. I don't care about having all of these seats in the provincial legislature, but there isn't one province that you are winning. Win one province. I'm telling you, once the EFF wins one province, whether it becomes Limpopo, which is going to be difficult, the ANC strong there, or Northwest, or they can even come back stronger in Mpumalanga. I believe they can in Mpumalanga. Northern Cape is up for grabs. I'm telling you guys, Northern Cape is up for grabs. And I just send a message to the provincial leaders of Northern Cape to say, hey guys, come to the platform. I've been trying to get you guys here ever since before the election, actually ever since last year. I'm not sure if I'll get a response because I just sent the message now and it's very late now. But anyways, the EFF must wake up and win a province. That is the constructive criticism I can give. If you're an EFF person and you don't like that type of criticism, you're not realistic. You're not realistic in wanting the EFF to grow. And Tina, we will tell you what the EFF needs to do to grow. The commander, the CIC also doubled up to say, do not be silent when the EFF is being attacked. When people are saying in their corners, I'm going to leave the EFF, go and tell the leaders, because that person is already 1 foot out of the party. Hi.
Listen. In closing, I want to share with you the key principles to avoid an organizational decay and to avoid allowing liberal tendencies to inspire you as delegates of the EFF. And these are the 11 points on combating liberalism as developed by Mao Zedong of China. Liberalism fighters manifest itself in the following ways, and we must always strive to avoid practicing it. To let things slide for the sake of peace and friendship when a person has clearly gone wrong. This means that when a person is your friend, even when they are doing wrong, you allow them to do wrong because you want peace. And refrain from principal argument because it's an old acquaintance, a fellow townsman, a schoolmate, a close friend, a loved one, an old colleague, or old subordinate. You cannot keep quiet in the organization even when the wrong is done by your wife or the husband who's a fellow member. A wrong is wrong even when committed by the loved one. Or to touch on the matter lightly instead of going into it thoroughly, so as to keep on good terms. The result is that both the organization and the individuals you are protecting are going to be harmed. To indulge in irresponsible criticism in private instead of actively putting forward one suggestion to the organization. At the corners, you speak very bad about the organization. In private, you speak very bad about the organization. In private houses and functions where we are not present, you speak very bad of the organization. To say nothing to people, to their faces, but to gossip behind their backs, or to say nothing at a meeting, but to gossip afterwards. To show no regard at all for the principle of collective life, but to follow one's own inclination. This is a second type of unacceptable tendency. To let things drift if they do not affect one personally. So if you are not personally affected, You just allow things to pass, yet you say you love the organization.
Let me tell you something that most of you guys already know. ANC leaders don't believe in the ANC anymore. Let me say that again. Most ANC leaders who are currently in the leadership role, in government position, in municipalities, speak to them in private and listen to what they are saying about the ANC. I will tell you that for free because I meet most of them in my province. And I talk to them, those who watch my channel, those who watch many podcasts. They when we speak, they say when I'm fan, when record. But what they say about the ANC leadership in my province, what they say, I'm telling you, it's nothing good that they are saying. There is nothing good, and these leaders, they just on their private lives, they just don't believe in the direction the ANC is taking, but they can't voice it out publicly. And those type of people, when they campaign for the party, they don't go all out. They are not convincing because they themselves don't believe in the machinery that they are advertising. So the CIC is warning against it. To say, listen, if you hear anyone talk bad about the EFF and wanting to destroy the party, and some of them are telling you they're in the branches to say, I'm going to leave the EFF, report them. It's not nice by being a snitch, but I'm telling you, it's better than working with someone who does not want to be there anymore. I hate it when people do that. I hate it when, especially men, a full-grown man with a beard, married with children, but he's one leg in, one leg out. A full-grown man. We don't danger can do it. No, so for me, I know the short words are very powerful. A person with negative energy can influence a few cadres, and those cadres can end up saying, yeah man, you know what, you are right man, the CIC is not right in what he's doing, and then you form your little caucus nyana there. The next thing, that caucus grows from 10 people to 20 people. The next thing is the whole branch that believes that what the national leadership is doing is wrong, we must leave. Then the next thing, you see people start leaving the party in numbers because of this small seed that was planted. You guys did not address it in the beginning. I'm telling you. I was quite shocked that the CIC took a swipe at Jacob Zuma. Actually, I did not expect it. Let's listen to what he said.
Time is now to take a stand. You cannot be neutral at a point when your organization needs you the most. The time is now to stand up and say, not in our names. The time is now that no old man with no track record of doing good to black people can claim that he can unite black people. Only the EFF has demonstrated that it has got capacity to unite black people. Only the EFF has got a track record of 11 years of unbroken struggle, fighting for the interest of the black people in South Africa. No organization, older or young, can claim the achievements that the EFF has made in 11 years, because this EFF, from its inception, it has never been ashamed to be associated with black people and Africans in particular.
Some of the things that you say as a leader, I don't know why leaders do not master the art of saying things without saying them. Do you understand? For the sake of future, because this is politics. The EFF must be careful, again, not to fall in the trap of the ANC. Living in the shadow of the MK political party. constantly intimidated by the MK political party, constantly aware of moves of the MK political party. Focus on you, because the EFF, even after everything that has happened, they are still the party that has most potential that can be unlocked and grow that political party. But if you dare play into the hands of the chess master himself, speaking, giving free publicity of the MK in your events, it's wrong. For me, watch all the MK events. Watch all the MK events. Show me one event where they're speaking about the EFF. Show me one leader of the EFF, the MK, in a gathering, taking a second to address the EFF leader. Show me. I've seen Andy Lengitama here and there, in podcasts and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, Dr. Shope, Tleko, speak about Floyd Shivambo, speak about Julius, Jacob Zuma, speak about the leader. You never hear those people speaking about the EFF. Correct me if I'm wrong or right on the comment section. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. So for me, the EFF going into their National People's Assembly must speak about EFF things. Speak about EFF, rebuild the EFF, do what you need to do to bring the EFF back to its former glory days. Even though it's not like the EFF is out of its former glory days, the EFF needs to grow. That's all. Going forward, the EFF needs to grow. And that means the EFF must not lose any more members. And yes, you guys are still waiting for more members to leave. But I'm telling you, do not be arrogant about members leaving your political party. You will eat humble pie in the local election. And I've heard the EFF fighters say, noma singabai 5%, noma singabai 7%, as long as the fighters are there. I say, it's politics. Who wants to vote for losers? Who wants to vote for losers? Oh, no, as long as that's why sometimes we want to vote for the ATM. We love Vuyozongula, but be like, but this vote would be wasted. These people are gonna get 1 seat, 2 seats. You understand? And how are they going to affect or impact the greater picture in terms of what the African people need to be fought in parliament? What impact can you make with 4 seats, 6 seats, 10 seats? What can you do? You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want the EFF to lose any votes. I don't want the EFF to lose any votes. And I wish them all the best. 19 days to go. We'll be covering them like nobody's business from now up until the 13th of December, where they will be having their conference there. Tell me what you think about the breakdown of the video today. Are you enjoying the content? If indeed you are enjoying the content, please click the subscribe button, leave your thoughts on the comment section, hit that bell icon, ladies and gentlemen, so that you can be notified every time your boy King, each and every day without fail. Each and every day without fail, we upload Antonio. But some in December must take a break. Ning again 1 week in December. I can be with my family and not be on YouTube. Because the big focus will be focusing on the building of the Pan-African School of Economics, being on the construction side, continuously having the brick by brick approach, small by small, biggie by biggie, Max Meir, and making sure that the school is being built. So this week we are dropping the poster and the announcement of the fundraising event that we are having on the 2nd and 3rd of April. And also, I think we can call it the Basetta Launch. Because we'll be launching it to the people of Northern Cape, the people of South Africa, getting to know who this Basetta is and presenting that. So we are hoping that after that fundraiser, we can start, a proper building project where people will be starting to see buildings erecting there and standing up, and people seeing the seriousness of what we are doing there. I mean, you guys, you saw the project plan, how beautiful the design of the school is, man. It's so beautiful, it's not even funny. So I'm very happy with the team that we are working with, the construction team, engineers left and right, people that know things that I don't even know about building. But one thing we can do is manage people. So we're going to manage that whole construction site and everything, and I'm going to learn a lot. I think I'll enjoy getting from building project to building project after this one. I think this one, because it will be a multi-million project. It's not a small thing at all. So we need your support. That's why we asked that 10,000 Black Africans must donate, should donate 50 rand monthly for this project to continue. If we can get 10,000 people taking out that 50 rand each month, guys, the school will be built in 12 months. But if we don't, it will take longer. But I'm telling you, the school will be built, whether people like it or not, whether people approve it or not, whether people favor it or not, because people are looking at us and thinking that we are just another fly by night where we scam people and all of that. But you guys can see the progress happening in front of your eyes. Your money is used for the gain and the investment for the African children. We are tired of this education system, ladies and gentlemen. We want a better education system for our children. Our children must learn proper things. These schools are just failing our children, because if you start in the wrong footing in the education, early education, when you get to varsity and everywhere in life, already my people. So thank you so much to everybody who has contributed to the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. We appreciate and we see every contribution that you guys are sending. Thank you so much, guys. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.